Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy 30 back again with another action-packed episode of Does It Suck? Today we are going to be talking about an anime and manga entitled Record of Ragnarok. Now just prefaces by saying that this review is going to mostly be about the manga. Anime is not out yet, I don't think, or if it is out, it's only a couple episodes. I have another video on the channel, link below, where I reacted to the trailer of it. This is a series that's been ongoing since like 2019, and I've been reading it the entire time. The art, the cover art caught me right away, and I guess that's what the cover art's job is. Anyway, Record of Ragnarok is about essentially every 1,000 years the gods come together in this council and they assemble to decide the fate of humanity. After I think like 7 million years of human history, the gods have come to the decision that finally, you know what, man, humans suck, and that they need to be killed. However, there's a Valkyrie named Brunhild proposes to give humanity one last chance to prove their worth, and the gods, in order to do so, they hold a battle called Ragnarok, which is essentially 13-round one-on-one tournament with one notable human versus one god in a duel to the death. And humanity is going to be spared if they achieve 7 victories in said competition. Now, mind you, they only added this clause because humans are weak and pathetic, and they can't possibly harm gods, so in order to even the odds, Brunhild has somehow convinced her sisters to fuse, her sister Valkyries to fuse with these humans, providing them with a powerful weapon tailored to their combat style called the Lund. If the user is killed, however, they lose their life. Now, they don't really go into how or why she manages to do this. Maybe she just has a whole bunch of clout, I don't know, but very straightforward. It's literally a manga that's all fights. It's the purest distilled form of a battle manga. Now the very first fight, right out of the gate, is Lu versus Thor. It's an awesome fight. The characters, the human characters don't really have much. They get like one little prefacing chapter-ish, like going into their story, and then it's basically historically accurate. I mean, there is some debate on whether or not a lot of these characters existed, or if they existed in this form. Like Lu especially, no one really knows, I guess, if how true it was that he could ride like 3,000 miles in a single day on this horse or something. There's a lot of like the legend, but that's part of it. The legend informs their powers, whatever. Lu is the strongest warrior in the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, so he's up against Thor, who I don't need to know. I mean, I feel like Marvel has sort of gotten Thor down pat. I mean, basically he's a Norse thunder god who is super strong and whoops ass. Like the individual fights, it's in terms of their construction is very samey, which might be a bad thing. It is a bad thing. I'll say, yeah, whatever, it's a bad thing. So basically the fights always boil down to this, like it's the kind of thing where a character always has a trump card, and whoever plays their trump card first loses. As soon as you see someone all sneaky, like, boy, here comes my secret technique, it turns out that they use it, it really hurts the other guy, but the other guy has another secret technique that's even more powerful, and it's that kind of thing. It's counters upon counters. That's basically how these fights play out. They're not super interesting, they're not super I mean, like the Thor and Lu fight, like it was so long ago, but there's nothing really memorable in it. The only thing I remember is Thor's hammer not being a hammer. It was like looked like a pillar, it was like a big hunk of rock. Whatever. The designs are interesting. The designs are cool. The designs of the gods are cool. It's very unlike Marvel, which I mean in Thor's case is good. The designs for the humans are like historically informed, I guess you could say. I mean, a lot of these people have been dead for thousands of years, and I don't think that Lubu is, actually, 8 feet tall and 600 pounds of muscle with a halberd. But this is how it plays out, and it turns out that behind the scenes, there's some shenanigans going on with the gods, and some of the gods don't want to kill humans, and as the fights progress, the gods start to see that maybe humanity does have a purpose, or at least they're not all bad. There's good things in humanity. When the wins and losses inform this, there's not really a ton of memorable characters. Like, off the top of my head, I can't really even name any besides Zeus. Zeus is cool. My problem is that the second fight, so first is Thor versus Lubu, great fight. Second fight is Zeus. Zeus fights second. He's like the big cheese of the gods, and he fights like Adam. Yeah, like Adam and Eve, like first man Adam, who should be like the big cheese of humans. I'm not gonna spoil the fight, but there's obviously a reason for like why the author would do that, why the authors would do that. I think it's like a group. I think it's like a couple guys, like at least doing the art. I know it's a couple guys. It's a group. I don't know. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe somewhere down the line, all will be revealed with time. But the actual writing itself is not terrible. The characters are not super corny. Like, there's no really corny, like, annoying people. Like, even the main goody good Brunhild, I guess, who's obviously gonna fuse to some dude either last or second to last. Don't know which. Like, she's not like corny. She's not like, well, humans, I love humans and humans are good and I'm going to save them. She's sort of twisted in a way. She's sort of sinister in a way. Maybe her reasoning is not all altruistic. I mean, who knows? It better not be some shit where she fell in love with a human or something. That would be super lame. But as of right now, at least as far as the manga goes, she's still kind of interesting, kind of really cool, kind of really like what's going on. Like, she's the closest thing we have to a recurring character. Because what happens with these fights with these gods is either the human, either dies and you never see him again. So, spoiler alert, Lubu dies. He loses to Thor. So all the buildup he's had, which is that minimal one part of a chapter, is gone. And Thor gets so messed up that he's a non-character too, because he's all beat up. It's like they take out every other character besides a couple. There's like a couple, like Zeus. Spoiler alert, I guess. Zeus like is recurring, and there's like after fight scenes where like there's stuff going on behind like a coliseum or something, like behind the scenes. So there's like some back alley shenanigans going on. It's it's fine. The dialogue is well written. The art is c'est super. It's so cool. Like, I really love the attention to detail, the muscularity. I love muscles. I'm a muscle guy. I love muscles on characters, male, female. I'll take anything I can get. There's a beefy lady in one part. I love her design. She's super cool. She's Raiden type. The sumo guys. His Valkyrie. She's jacked. She's like bigger than him. She's super awesome. I love the muscularity. I love the emotions, sort of like these characters. Most of the characters, especially the gods, have these like 6 twisted expressions they put on. Everything in Record of Ragnarok is evil in some way. There's some evilness going on. No matter how you slice it, it's evil is abound. But yeah, it's super. It's basic, but it doesn't have. It doesn't have to be this deep, complex craziness. It does what it does. It does it well. I think it's super interesting and unique in how uncreative it is, sort of. It's this rote formula. It's a tournament arc from a regular battle manga turned into an entire manga. Basically, it's the Dark Tournament from Yu Yu Hakusho. It's, Green Island from Hunter x Hunter stretched out, and those are often people's favorite arcs except for Hunter x Hunter. Everyone loves Chimera Ant, but Green Island is always close second. You know, it's always close. People love tournament arcs. They love them. So I mean, I think that the constant character switching is a negative, but all in all, I can't really think of anything specifically that I could just shit on. You know, it's pretty great. It's a pretty great series. So coming to my conclusion, answering the question I asked in the beginning of the video, does Record of Ragnarok suck? Drum roll, please. No. Nope. No, I don't think it sucks. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's interesting. Constant new additions. It's always changing. Fights are a little boring. It is that counter thing. Like, how can you really avoid that? It's either counter versus counter or complete domination. You counter versus counter or complete domination and then a counter. You know, it turns out, oh, this whole time I have a power that allows me to reflect the damage back onto you. Like, shit like that. Those are the only way. There's not really too many ways you could do a tournament fight in a manga. You know, so I guess I don't hate it. And it is always exciting to see the counter. Like, you always are like, boy, I wonder how Kojiro is gonna get out of this. Oh, it turns out his sword is too fucking fast. Like, yeah, all right, it's cool. 2 thumbs up. Big 2 thumbs up. Thanks for watching this episode of Does It Suck featuring me, 30. Be sure to check me out on Twitch, where I stream from time to time. I've streamed a little bit, but I'm gonna get back into it. I hope you guys like the lighting in here. I really I got some big old light boxes, and you can see my entire textured face, which I'm sure is horrifying and awful for everybody involved. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like my videos. And I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna try to do it daily as long as I can. As long as I can think of things. If you have any suggestions, please hit them up down below. You know, I can always bust out a new series. I've read like 2,000 series, and I have pretty good memory, so I can bust them out anytime. But I'd like to do other stuff. You know, I like the review, the channel review thing. That was cool. That was interesting for me. I might get into like some news segments. I don't know. Whatever. You know, who knows? YouTube, man. All right, like it.